Okay, example 2, it says calculate the volume of water needed to fill this lap pool in gallons, round to 3 significant digits. So first off, if we're going to round to 3 significant digits, I want your final answer rounded to 3 significant digits, don't round your work to 3 significant digits. So do all the work with all the decimal places you can fit in there, and then when you get to the final step, final answer, then make the 3 significant digits in that answer. They want the answer in gallons. And I currently have a bunch of feet units and then a yards unit. So this right here is the first thing I notice when I look at the picture, that the units aren't matching up. So I want to make, since everything else is feet, and I don't recall, is it 7.81 gallons in a cubic foot? I don't remember the number. Let me look. It was like page 400 or something. 300 or something. I got metric units. Should look this up before I started videotaping. This will be the part of the videotape people fast forward. Getting closer. I'm like almost 100% sure it's 7.81, but hey Siri, how many gallons in a cubic foot?
1 cubic foot is 7.48 gallons.
It wasn't 7.81, it's 7.48. When you can't find it in your book, use your technology. All right, so 1 cubic foot, 7.48 gallons. So if they want to know the answer in gallons, if I get everything into feet, I can get a volume in cubic feet, and it wants to know cubic feet, then I can change cubic feet into gallons. First off, 25 yards, and we know that 1 yard equals 3 feet. If I take the fact of this fact with this information, 25 yards times 3 feet per 1 yard, we're going to get 75 feet for that upper dimension. So this is 75 feet instead of 25 yards. It's very important that all the units within the picture are represented by the same unit. If they aren't, then you pick the unit that's most usable for you. And again, since we have a cubic foot equal to 7.48 gallons, making everything feet makes sense. Next, we have to determine what type of shape this thing is. And I'm looking at a trapezoid here, which looks like it has an identical twin trapezoid. I'm going to do a dashed line here to represent what we can't see. So it's kind of like that, and then got like comes up like so. Used to be a better artist than this. Use your imagination. That's not very good, but. All right. So there's our pool with some weird stuff going on over in that corner there because I didn't draw very well. But the trapezoid is the base, right? So a trapezoid is identical twin trapezoid. So if I'm looking at the base of the trapezoid, for me personally, when I'm doing volume, I like to draw my base on my paper. It's hard to draw three-dimensional stuff on your paper. It's not hard to draw two-dimensional stuff. So the shallow end of this pool is 3 feet. The deep end is 11 feet deep. The base, I'm assuming a right angle across here. Pools don't usually tilt, right? So flat. So we're going to assume right angles here and here, which makes this distance of 75 feet across the height, or the, again, or the height of this trapezoid, I guess. So base 1, base 2, height of the trapezoid. So if I'm looking at a trapezoid and I'm trying to find volume, volume is area base times height. I want to find the area of this thing. So the area of the base trapezoid formula is, if you recall, it's 1/2 times the height, which is 75 feet, times base 1 plus base 2, 3 plus 11. 1/2 times 75 times the one being 14, right? So half of 14 is 7, 7 times 75. Take your pick on how you want to type this in. I can do 1/2 times 75 times 14. I could figure out in my head that 14, half 14.7, so I do 7 times 75. Either way, 525 is the area of that trapezoid. 525 square feet. All right, the other thing I need to know is the height of this pool. And again, don't think of height as up and down always. Look where the base is, how far apart are the bases. The base is this trapezoid here, and this trapezoid back here. Those two trapezoids are separated by a distance of 12 feet. That's the height of this pool. Height's horizontal here because the bases are positioned side by side, so how far apart they are is what we're looking at as height. So height of this thing is 12 feet. So the volume of this pool in cubic feet is going to be 525 square feet times 12 feet. So 525 times 12 comes out to 6,300 cubic feet. Is the volume of the pool. The question's asking us for gallons. So the final step here to convert to gallons using this fact, 1 cubic foot equals 7.48 gallons. Okay, so 7.48 gallons on top, 1 cubic foot on the bottom. And notice this says cubic feet, this says cubic feet. So it already has the proper unit there. There's no cubing of anything necessary. All right, this cubic feet cancels that cubic feet. We're left with 6,300 times 7.48. Everything's on top, so it's a multiplication. I end up with 47,124 gallons. The final step here, it does ask for the answer written to 3 significant digits. Okay, so if I look at the significant digits happening, all 5 of them are significant right now, right? Because they're all not 0. Okay, so if I want 3 significant digits, I always start with the leftmost one if I'm dealing with whole numbers. So 4, 7, 1 are all significant. All right? The next digit after the 1's a 2, which keeps the 1 as a 1, right? So I'm rounding it like I would normally round it, but I want significant digits when I'm rounding. So the rounded answer is going to be 47,100 gallons. The 4, 7, and 1 are all significant. The zeros are not because they're not after decimal. They're not in between significant digits. They don't have bars over top of them, right? So that's the best answer I can get. Again, if this was 47,184, this would have been 47,200 gallons because now it's closer to that. That's still 3 significant digits. All right? If it was 47,024, let's just pretend it was that. It's been a little while since we've seen significant digits. Suppose we got that, right? Well, if I rounded 47,024 to 3 digits, right, the 3 significant digits, that would be 447,000, right, gallons. This 0 currently is significant because it's between 2 and 7, right? But once you round it down to 47,000, now it's not between 2 significant digits, right? So if that were the case, I'd have to put a bar over the 0 now to make it significant. So now it's got 3 sig figs. All right, so just suppose if we're trying to make significant digits, make sure we get the proper number of significant digits in our final answer. All right, make sure you're thinking through that process. It's basically rounding, but then you have that extra identifier of significance on those digits to make sure that gets done properly.